So, is an AI coming for your job? That is the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Today, we're going to cut through all the noise and get to the real answer. We'll look at the hype, the reality, and what it all actually means for you. I mean, this is the question lurking behind every single tech headline, every company announcement. Are these incredible new AI tools really here to make us all obsolete? Let's dig in and find out.
All right, let's get right into it. Before we can even look at the data, we have to talk about the emotion that's driving this entire conversation, this widespread automation anxiety. It's time we separated the scary headlines from what's actually happening.
Oh, you've seen them. I know you have. These big, bold, dramatic headlines screaming about a job apocalypse. They're designed to grab your attention, and let's be honest, they do a pretty good job of stoking that collective fear we all have about the future.
And you know, all those headlines, they feed into this one dominant myth, what we're calling the Great Replacement. This is the story that a wave of intelligent machines is just around the corner, ready to replace human workers on a massive scale.
This quote just perfectly captures that fear, doesn't it? A tidal wave of automation. It paints this picture of an unstoppable force that's just going to make us all obsolete. It's a powerful, terrifying image. But is it accurate? Well, here's the thing. When you look at the actual data, a much more nuanced and frankly, a way more interesting story emerges. It's not a great replacement at all. It's more like a great reshuffle. The key word here isn't elimination, it's transformation. Okay, this right here is probably the single most important distinction we need to make. We tend to think of our jobs as these single, solid blocks, but they're not. They're really just bundles of different tasks. AI isn't replacing the entire job. It's automating specific, repetitive tasks within the job. And that changes everything. And here is the hard data to back that up. Just look at this number. Research shows that less than 5% of occupations can be fully automated by the technology we have right now. Not 50%, not 25%, less than 5%. That really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? In this chart here shows us why. Think about a typical professional's job. AI is fantastic at handling that slice of repetitive, administrative work. But the rest of it? The creative problem solving, the deep strategic thinking, the interpersonal skills, that's still our domain. That's the human stuff. And that's the bulk of the job. And let's not forget what history tells us. Every major technological shift has created entirely new jobs that nobody saw coming. Roles like prompt engineer or AI ethics officer literally didn't exist just a few years ago. So this reshuffle isn't just about change, it's about brand new opportunities. So if AI isn't the main culprit behind all these recent mass layoffs, then what is? To get the real story, we have to look beyond the technology itself and zoom out to the bigger economic picture. The reality of recent layoffs, especially in tech, is that it's much more about these factors. First, a lot of companies just went on a hiring spree during the pandemic boom and are now correcting for it. Second, you have these big economic headwinds, inflation, interest rates, forcing businesses everywhere to cut costs. Third, some companies are in the middle of a huge shift in their business models. And finally, there is immense pressure from investors to just get leaner and more efficient. AI is a piece of that puzzle for sure, but it is far from the only one. And this brings us to this fascinating and very new term, AI washing. It's basically when a company uses the idea of AI as a convenient excuse for layoffs. It makes them sound innovative and forward-thinking to investors, while kind of masking the real business reasons we just saw. It's a clever, if maybe a little deceptive, PR move. So okay, we've busted the myth and we've uncovered the reality. The big question now is, what do we do about it? How do we not just survive but actually thrive in this new AI-powered world?
Here's the playbook for becoming AI-proof. First, you got to double down on the skills that are uniquely human: creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence. AI can't replicate those. Second, learn to partner with AI. Don't fear the tools, master them. Think of AI as your co-pilot that handles the grunt work so you can focus on what matters. And third, embrace continuous learning. In a world changing this fast, our ability to adapt and learn new skills isn't just a benefit, it's our most valuable asset.
So, maybe the real question isn't, will AI replace us, but rather, how will we choose to evolve with it? The future isn't a battle of humans versus machines. It's about collaboration between humans and machines. It's not about being replaced. It's about evolving, and that's a choice we all get to make.